Okay, hello all you crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite. I did it again. Hello all you crazy people out there, my name is Stupid, and right before I opened my mouth, I rehearsed that in my head, and I said stupid in my head, and I got it wrong anyway. Like I said, I've got to live up to my name sometimes. Welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. In the last video, we went and almost got crushed by a chandelier. And then we also poked around in the park. Hey, that option is gone here. Okay, well, I hope I got all the information I needed out of that, because we're going to the grocery store. Because when there's a murder mystery going on, everybody goes to the grocery store. I entered the store at the sound of the bell alerting the staff to my arrival. Seeing the patrons browsing the shelves neatly stocked with the wares of all kinds evoked some feelings of nostalgia and normalcy in me. This must be the store that Ray's has been shopping at. I like your hat, sir. What's he talking to? Who's he talking to? Hey, I think I've seen her before. Store clerk, I'm sorry, but this prescription has expired. I can't fill it like this. You'll need to tell your parents to visit the doctor so he can write you a new one. Without a word, she turned around, nearly running into me when she bolted towards the door. Hello, stupid. Have I met you before? Where have I met you before? You know my name. You know who I am. How can I not? Everybody knows about you. Well, then again, I guess if you know that there's a human about, and you know that there is a human about who is on the run for murder, and you know that one of them has a name that is not on the run for murder, you can put two and two together, I guess. So that shouldn't surprise me if people know my name. Anyway, how can I help you? Why do I feel like asking about Reza isn't going to give me any information? It's only been a few days since he was here. This will sound a little unusual, but can you tell me what he bought? Are you just talking about the last time, or every time he came here? Both, I suppose. He came here more than once. Like I said, how long has he been here? I don't know. I was under the assumption that he was here a few, months, or at least a few weeks before I was. But I don't know if that's based on anything, or just what feels right, in this situation. He's been visiting pretty regularly now that I think about it. Interesting. I can look up his purchases if you like. That would be really helpful, and it is surprising to me that you are just giving me that information because, customer privacy and stuff. Shouldn't be too hard, just give me a second. If I were just to go down to the street to the grocery store and find out what my friend Manny has been buying for the last year, I think they would, ask me some different questions than this guy is right now. I watched him carefully navigate the register's buttons, soon followed by the sound of the attached printer. Here you go, receipts from all his purchases. Well, that was easy. Since our government takes care of all his purchases, they're filed separately. It was simple to pull them up. Looks like he bought some mostly food and snacks, some magazines, but why was he buying lemons every single time? Alright, so I'm not the only one he's been sending messages to. I can't say that I didn't notice, but I figured that was just a human thing. Maybe he really likes lemonade. Strange. In that case, there was more information than I expected. You have my thanks. You're welcome. Alright, so... Great, I'm in a grocery store, and I suddenly feel like eating food. There's an unopened jar of pickles in the refrigerator that suddenly feels like it has my name written all over it. Anyway, who is that? The Vara, the girl with the prescription. She comes here occasionally to pick up her mother's prescription. Okay, that was easy. Let me know if you need anything. What am I even looking for? Look at the health aisle. Produce has lemons, right? Dragons are big on produce. I don't even recognize some of these. If they don't have dragon fruit in here, I'm gonna flip a table. It didn't say. They have a surprisingly big selection. This is bread I'm looking at, right? Since when do dragons eat bread, anyway? I guess at least I'm covered in case I want my melon bread. Hey, you! Are you talking to me? Ophina. Yeah, what do you say, melon or lemon bread? I have a friend who's really big on lemon bread, and I don't know why. I mean, the only difference between the two is, one letter. So how am I supposed to choose? I don't think that's how it works. Okay, so why don't you go with the one that you think you'll like the more? That's a good idea. Why didn't I think about that? You have a box on your head. And I either approve of your sense of style and fashion or should possibly be slightly concerned. That's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that? Was that a carp? You noticed as well. Alright, well, meat. Meat, of course. Lots and lots of meat. Fresh meat, smoked meat, cured meat, dried meat, prepackaged meat, prepared meat, ready-to-eat meat, meat snacks, burgers, kebab, nuggets, whole hams, bacon, meatloaf, sausages. And that's not even all of it. Needless to say, they have that area covered. I mean, the dragons are drawn in this game with big teeth, right? Like, big sharp teeth, as in, like, good for tearing meat. I haven't been investigating the physiology of the dragons who've come and gone, except for the one time that somebody was talking about ears. But you usually see dragons with big teeth. Alright, everything from food supplements to skincare. Sure. And even birth control. The variance in product sizes is astonishing, especially when talking about the birth control. I think those ones can fit on my arm. I did not need to know that. Alright, enough browsing. I should go back to where I came from. I looked at everything the store has to offer, and I got yet another Steam achievement for that. How many do I have now? Because I picked up a number of joke ones recently. I have 9 of 63, and I think I've only gotten like 1 from story progress for finishing chapter 1. Was that even 1? Actually, since most of them are jokes, I don't figure they'd be in order in the global stats. I'm used to looking for the global stats when I look at them in order. Okay, so there are actually all 9 of the ones that I picked up so far have just been optional. Interesting. I'm gonna leave. The afternoon sun hung low in the sky. What was I just thinking? Oh, this was on my mind, and I didn't bring it up because I was always in the middle of talking about something else when it entered my brain. But the picture of the Dark Brotherhood guy in the robe. There's no reason for this to be connected. But it's just a similarity I've noticed between 2 pieces of media. He reminds me of Dragon, Luffy's dad, and the Revolutionary in One Piece. And haha, his name is Dragon, because you know this game is about dragons. And it's not like Guy in Hood is an uncommon like character design or anything like that, but yeah, funny because dragon. Alright, I'm not sure how my findings will help, but at least I have something. Look who we have here. Okay, so once again, I got to choose 2 paths out of the 6, and then the game is going to take over. I turned... 2 paths? Or was it 3 paths? I think it was 2. I turned around to see Maverick. His intense gaze confirmed that there was no one else his words could have been directed at. Even with the civilians passing by in the background, I suddenly felt very alone. What do you want from me? Answers. Okay, then start talking. Why? What is your goal in all of this? My goal is to go back to the grocery store and buy, like, some food, because I want food. Why even come here? You know why. Okay, he's not gonna like that answer. He's not gonna like that answer either, so it's basically a coin toss, of which he's not gonna like more. Does the... Okay, so I can't... Random.org. Alright. Min is 1, max is 2. If it's 1, I choose the first number, and if it's 2, I choose the second option. And we're indexing from 1 and not 0 here. Alright, so the result is 1. That was easy. No, that won't do. That's simply not true. You know it and I know it. I just don't get why you can't be honest with me even when you know no one else is listening. You know I can't touch you. If I did, it would be over for me. At least, as long as I don't have any proof. In the end, what difference does it make if I know? No one else is going to believe me anyway. Do you wish to kill me too, like Reza? Not really. Say nothing. Okay, we're really in the Dark Brotherhood now. No, not really. Is that so? Then tell me, why would an ambassador need such a dangerous tool in the first place? As in, what, like the generator or the PDA? You know that's not what a PDA is for, right? I know you claim not to have one of the things Reza injured with me. Oh, he's talking about the gun. And you didn't have any when they searched you, but I guess it's way too late for safety precautions at this point. You could have one hidden anywhere. That damn hurt, you know. But even worse than that was getting thrown aside by Bryce. I trust him, but after what happened, he doesn't trust me anymore. Now there's only you. The mythical, the special, the new. How much I wish I could make sense I could make him see what I see. I could have saved the world with what I did that day. Are you going to explain to me? And it still wouldn't matter when no one believes me, just because I don't have any proof. Alright, but I won't stop until I find someone. And when I do, I'm gonna be a damn hero. I like how often these dragons swear, except the only word that they use is damn. And with that, he was gone. On the way back to the police station, Maverick's words kept finding their way back to my mind. I couldn't decide how to feel about them. I wasn't sure if it was worth mentioning to the police, since all he did was make vague accusations, but it wasn't anything substantial enough to be considered a threat. I mean, since he didn't actually tell me what he thinks he knew, and he implied that he, like, told other people, the logical course of action would be go to find other people and ask them what they told him. Apparently that's not an option here. However, his actions were growing more calculated, and he seemed very sure of himself. I wondered about what this could amount to. But that wasn't the problem at hand. Why am I suddenly reminded of Professor Sycamore's office from X and Y? Hey, stupid! Hey, Sebastian, I thought I'd meet you at the front desk. What are we doing in Bryce's office? He does have a nice office, doesn't he? And the chairs are comfy. Is that the only reason we're here? The dragon gave a brief chuckle. Oh wait, that's not dialogue, that was just narration. Let's just say that any information pertaining to this case isn't important enough to warrant some privacy. I see. Will Bryce be here anytime soon then? I don't think so, he's still outside looking for Reza. He's not the kind of person who gives up so easily. That sounds just like him. He should have given up hours ago. Can we help? That does sound like him, doesn't it? That's Bryce for you. Once he sets his mind on something, he sees it through to the end. That's why he's our chief. He gets things done. At this rate, it doesn't look like we'll find him today. He could be anywhere, long gone, beyond our reach. What do you think? This is a visual novel. There wouldn't be a plot if we didn't run into him again later. I don't think he's going anywhere. He can't flee to another place. No matter where he goes, he'll be recognized immediately. In the end, his only way out is the same way he got in, the portal. Yeah, I mentioned this before. I haven't ruled out the possibility that there are other portals somewhere, especially with that lab that they found and wisely... That was sarcastic. And very wisely, like, didn't investigate the portal before they just accepted somebody who came through from the other side. And he can't use that without somebody noticing. Very astute observation. I wonder what will happen to our trade agreement now, considering Reza's still missing, the murders, and the stolen generator. If Reza really is the murderer, then... Don't do that. What? Worry. You don't know what's at stake here. People are dead, stupid. Do you think I don't know that? Reza may be our prime suspect, but he's also a missing person. For all we know, he could be a victim. Maybe someone else is making him do this. My point is, I mean, when he met me, and he thought we were alone, he didn't sound like somebody was making him do this. He sounded like, he made it sound like it was all his idea. My point is, we don't know the facts yet. What we need to do is find him and find the murderer. We'll find Reza and go from there. We'll figure it out. Say nothing again. Well, thanks. You see, I want these people to like me, except for Maverick. Maverick's just he can go somewhere else. Anyway, you said you had some information for us. What did you find? And we're fast forwarding a bit. The receipts you got are interesting. There might be something more to them, or they could just be a useless record of his eating habits, and I'm suddenly really wishing that I brute forced the code on the sewer. Why is there even a code on the sewer? I'm suddenly really wishing I brute forced the code on the sewer in the park. Because now that I see that this is, now that I see that we've moved on from there, and that, like, the answer wasn't down one of the other avenues, I feel like I'm not gonna revisit that, and I want to know. Unless it was just another joke achievement that I get for, like, playing in the sanitation system.
Hey.
Let's see, where was I? It could just be a useless record of his eating habits. You never know what you might find out about a person, their habits, or their plans this way. Good work, stupid. It's not much to go on, but it's something. It'll keep us busy, at least. Can't you, like, go back to his apartment or wherever he's been staying? I imagine that, like, they haven't seemed too big on security here, but I imagine it would be, reasonably easy to obtain a subpoena or something to go and do that, or a search warrant or whatever. let's see, a subpoena would be more for, like, if I wanted to go and find his receipts or something. In any case, thanks for your help. We really do appreciate it. You're welcome. That should be all then. Since Bryce hasn't come back, I assume the search is still going on. Either that or he's gotten murdered himself, because that would make us 3 for 3. And I better get out there and help him. Guess it's going to be a long day. Can you find your way? My God. I was reading fast since the beginning of the story, but I feel like I'm accelerating and it's starting to affect my quality of speaking. Can you find your way back to your apartment? Of course. Alright, I'll see you later. Good luck. Okay, we're separating and that means something's going to happen, doesn't it? Oh, no, okay. Finally, some free time. Whatever am I going to do? Let's see. I've been recording for 15 minutes, which is a little short, but this does feel like a good break point. Order some lunch. This has always been an option. What happens if I do that? What happens if I order lunch? Alright, well, this is just going to make me hungrier than I already am, so we'll do it. I remember that Adeen had told me that the cafe did deliver as well, did deliveries as well, and not having anything better to do, I figured I should try it out. I made my order with a quick phone call, and it wasn't long before the doorbell rang. Excellent. Wow, that was quick. It just so happened that Adeen herself stood in the doorway, dripping wet with damp containers in her grip. Hi. Oh, it's you again. I thought we were over this, but at least you didn't reduce me to my species anymore. What did you say? Oh, it's you? To her credit, that is exactly how I would greet somebody. Although perhaps not somebody who I'd only met on a couple occasions. That's more like how I would greet like my cousins or something. Hey! Here's your order. Sorry it got a little wet, but it should still be okay. Did you fall into a river? Dude! There are ambient rain sounds in the background. Okay, you're just being a dick. It's raining pretty heavily outside, that's all. Well, thanks for the food. I was just about to ask you if I could stay here for a little while. This was actually my last delivery for the day, and I live on the other side of town. Of course, I couldn't let you fly back when it's this ugly outside. You only have wings, you don't have hands. I don't think you flew here somehow while carrying a package, unless you wore it in like a sack. Like one of those Dragonite mailbags or something. It's not on the artwork, but that doesn't really mean anything. Feel right at home. I better eat this before it gets cold. I sat down at the table and started eating my food, while Adeen decided to take a seat opposite of myself. Do you like it? Yeah, it's actually quite good. Do you have something similar where you come from? We do. As a matter of fact, it's almost scary how close it is to what we have back at home. Really? Well, maybe we all just share similar taste. Maybe I don't care. I should play this game again from the start and just be as rude as possible and see what happens. Maybe like I'll become a murder victim because nobody likes me? What do you mean? Well, don't you trace your origins back to humans in some way? I was going to say convergent evolution and taste buds, but that works too. I know what kind of reputation we have in your culture. That is true. Let me ask you this. Where do you think the portal you found came from? Who built it? Humans did it, of course. Exactly. So if you believed humans had something to do with an artifact created who knows how many years ago, it wouldn't be a stretch to think that they could also have influenced you in other ways. It now occurs to me if there are actually other humans still around in the portal and nobody knew about them and they've just been hiding. In the bushes. In the Dark Brotherhood clothes. I mean, not in the bushes, in the lab office place. Illuminati! Even something as simple as this dish, I like that idea. So, what do you do when you aren't working in the restaurant? Do you have a family? Well, most of the time I take care of my kids. Oh, nice. How many children do you have? They aren't really my children per se, I just take care of them. You are more of a foster parent then. Not quite. These are orphan children I'm talking about. Then the answer is yes. I just volunteer to spend some time with them, so I'm really more of a babysitter. Oh, okay. I'm really more of a babysitter and a teacher all in one. I can't really take them in and care for them 24/7 like a proper parent would. I'd love to, but I work far too much to be a single parent. With the amount of time I spend at the restaurant, I don't think the kids would be any better off, so I just help out wherever I can. That's nice of you. Thanks. These kids already didn't get a very good hand in life. I just thought that if I can make even a small difference, then it would be worth it. I see. What about hobbies? Do you have any? Can I ask a question for a change? Go ahead. No. No. Yes. Well, I don't really know much about you. Actually, I'm not sure if there is anybody here who does. What would you like to know? What did you do before you came here? I studied biology like somebody who is not interested in doing anything except memorizing a bunch of bones and tissue groups. Avoid the question by making a bad pun. Oh god. How bad are we talking? Are we talking like bad, or are we talking like I'm going to uninstall the game and give it a bad review? We're making a bad pun. None? What do you mean? I mean, that's not... Alright, that's just... No. No, that doesn't count. I suppose it's my turn again, so tell me about your hobbies. The one I enjoy most is probably flying. Just flying. Well, not just flying. I do aerobatics, or stunt flying. I've been doing that off and on for a couple of years now. You must be the most overqualified flyer in history. That's also cool, but also useless. Speaking as somebody who talks to himself while playing video games, I don't think I'm qualified to talk about useless hobbies somehow. What's that? I'm picturing like the like formation plane people, the people who fly planes in formation for like air shows and stuff. It's the practice of doing flying maneuvers like roll, spins, or loops. I'm actually hoping to be part of a competition in some time. Okay, stands to reason that there would be competitions for that, since, you know, you have wings built into your anatomy. So you can do all that, but a little rain is too much. Rain isn't really good for things with wings, is it? I don't think it is, because, like, you never see birds flying out when it's raining. And, I know that insects, when it rains and they try to fly, that's, like, a recipe for disaster. Although these people are slightly bigger than insects. So rain is probably somewhat less deadly. Just because I can fly in the rain doesn't mean I want to. Okay, so since it is my turn again, well... This might be an unusual question, so... When they said it was a human that would be coming here, like, I kind of expected something a little different. That's not really a question. You know what I mean. I mean, yeah, you do look different from us, but you're not really anything like some of the things that have been said about your kind. I could say the same thing about you. Really? Yeah, we have plenty of myths about dragons. Like what? Dragons are greedy man-eating monsters. You see... If I was answering the question... I know that, like, I think I've talked about this before, I'm not sure. I do prefer, like, the design of Western dragons, like having the big wings and not looking like a Gyarados, because, I mean, like, Dragonite and that being my mascot and whatever. But I like the philosophy of Eastern dragons better, with them not being, like, the final boss of everything, and meaning, like, fortune or whatever, because in China everything means fortune apparently. And I kind of wish that like there were more stories that combined them. Although I suppose this story kind of does this. Angels with Scaly Wings kind of does this because really when you get down to it, here they're just humans who have funny appendages. I could get used to that, though it would be even nicer if it were all true. To be honest, I don't know if it's such a good idea to generalize like that. Even if it's good things you're saying about us, we're all different, you know, and not all of us are nice. Maverick. I see. But then, we have said many good things about your kind, too. Well, no matter what you think about humans, I can assure you that I am in no way special or supernatural. I disagree with that. Why? Because you're dumb enough to come through the portal. I mean, you say that you aren't special, but just the fact that you're here with us right now is quite special and to me and many others. Just try and see it the other way around. You have a point. What were you thinking when you first heard about us? I thought it was awesome. Was exactly my reaction when I saw that this visual novel existed. I thought making a discovery like this was just awesome. Many people would love to have the opportunity I had by coming here. See, it's not so one-sided after all, so don't be surprised if some of us feel the same way. Okay, cool. I just might not suggest sending, like one of your people over to our side because we have slightly bigger guns. And it's not just the discovery of your dragons. We found a portal to an entirely different world. We still haven't figured that one out. Or at least, as of like the last few days, we haven't, because I have no idea what's gone on back at home. Neither have we. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. By the way, interesting selection of books you have there. Draconic Desire, Iximic Fear. Are these yours? No, they were already here when I moved in. Have you read any of them? I did read Sheridan and the Scepter of Sovereignty. And how did you like it? She sells by the seashore. She sells by the seashore. She sells. I tried. How did you like it? It was entertaining but nothing special. I have no idea because I don't remember what was in it. It was one of the boring ones, wasn't it? It was one of the ones where I said, okay, I'm just gonna skip through the video. You can read it yourself or something. Oh, you got Price and Prayer. You should totally read that one. You think so? Why's that? It's not just an interesting story, it's based on true events. The author is so right when he says that there's a lot we can learn from what happened back then. There does tend to be, doesn't there? It's hard for me to find the time to read anything nowadays, especially when every chance that I get to go home and do nothing, I decide to not go home and do nothing. I know what you mean. Alright, since you asked about my family earlier, I'm going to do the same thing. Is there a Mr. or Mrs. Stupid back home or waiting for you? I have noticed, I've been given the opportunity to romance both males and females in this game, and it hasn't been, at least, I don't believe it's been verified whether the narrator here is male or female itself, or really any other personal details about them, because this is like an entire blank slate, which is interesting. How about a potential Mr. Stupid or Mrs. Stupid then? Are you looking to date anybody? Yeah, I wish. Maybe... What's the funniest answer? Because I like to meme about this. Maybe. Come on, tell me. Maybe! Alright, so, oh god, what's gonna be the funniest answer? None of your business. That's the default, like, rude answer. And I kind of want to find out what happens, but I also, like I said, I want the people in this world to like me because dragons and stuff. So I'm going to jump back on random.org. Okay, you know what? Google Chrome is being stupid. No, there isn't. True story, by the way. I see. Anyone on your radar, at least? Someone who you think is cute? No, true story. Yeah, I don't get out much. No one at all. I don't believe you. So I think you just don't want to tell me. So who is the... Okay, so I don't have a choice in the matter, do I? I'm not sure how many questions that was, but I'm sure it's your... I'm not... My god. I'm not sure it's your turn anymore. Are we still playing this game? You started it. You started it. That's true. You seem to be enjoying it, though. You know, why don't we make this a little more interesting while we're at it? What do you suggest? Truth or dare? Oh my god. Yeah, there's no possible way for this to end badly. Let's see. I've been going on a half hour for this video now, but I really want to keep going because this is a funny conversation, and also it's not really a good stopping point. So I'm gonna make this a half-hour video if I have to. We continue asking questions, but if one person doesn't want to answer the question, we have to do something the other person tells us to, which sounds like a really bad idea. I don't even know what kind of dare I would make you do. It could be something that would make me uncomfortable or something you'd like to see me do. You know, singing. Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar. Okay, never mind. That was a joke. That was not a funny joke. Anything? Well, keep in mind that revenge might be coming quicker than you think, so don't ask for someone to do anything you wouldn't do yourself. Got it. So who's first? You asked the last few questions, so it's only fair if I start. Alright. What part of your body is the most ticklish? What is your most guarded secret? What's the most embarrassing things that ever happened to you? Which is one that I kind of want to answer because I feel like I should have some really dumb stories and I don't remember what they are. There was the one time I walked into a screen door like in front of like 4 or 5 different relatives. That's her question though. Alright, have you ever walked into a screen door in front of like 4 or 5 of your different relatives? Let me think. There was this one time when I was still a teenager. I was messing around and wanted to try out a new flying maneuver, a barrel roll. Needless to say, it ended badly. I guess you didn't succeed. No, the roll itself went fine, but I lost control after that and plunged right into the ground. Oh, were you hurt? No, luckily I wasn't too high when I did it, and there was a great puddle of mud on the ground where I landed. Of course. All my friends were there to see it. They probably wanted to try it next, right? That wasn't enough to stop you from ever trying it again. No, if anything, it only made me want to try it hard. That's boring. You should have made them do it. Since it is my turn now, what is your greatest wish? Oh my god, I told you this was a meme game. It also doesn't mean anything. Because I didn't specify the best at what. What would you do if you were invisible for a day? Are you scared of dying? What do you think is your biggest physical flaw? The fact that I don't have arms. I'm answering for her. No, absolutely not. Why not? Well, I do have some ideas of what might happen afterwards, but even if what I think isn't true, I'm not afraid of the unknown. In some sort of twisted way, I'm actually kind of curious to find out what it'll be like when it's over. That's interesting. Wait, was the third option that I could help murder you? That's not nice. And I can select different choices here. Alright, well, that's interesting. Aren't you curious as well? Not as curious, I see. Alright, so if you knew the world was about to end, what would you do? Enjoy life to the fullest. You see, that would entail playing, like, unlimited amounts of video games, and if the world was about to end, that would simply not work. Say my last goodbyes and hope for the best, stay outside and watch it unfold before my eyes, hide in a bunker deep underground. Go out with a bang, I guess. That would be quite a show, huh? If you could come back with me to my world right now, would you do it? What's your biggest regret? If I asked you to kill... Oh, okay, so we're romancing the third character now? It's not like I didn't see this coming when I invited her inside, but,
Hey.
we're wasting no time. What's your biggest regret? Oh my. I think it might be time for a dare now. Okay, that's what I thought. Bite into a lemon. Remove your headgear. Just that, that's not very hard. Is there art for this? I thought I'd go easy on you since it is your first time and all. I see. There is art for this. Okay, there, satisfied? Alright, definitely. So you got Adeen to remove her headgear. Okay, alright, so from those you have so far, who is the one? You are not giving this up, are you? I think I'll take a dare for this one. I didn't get to choose. I guess, to be fair, there would have been a finite number of dialogue options, and that would have, defined character a little bit more than some of the other choices in this game. What am I going to have you do? No, I honestly have no idea. Take your time. Let me think for a minute. Okay, it looks like it's getting late, and actually, looking at the time, it is 5:09 p.m., and I have to do other things today. It actually is, but that's neither here nor there. Whoops. Seems like I've been here for longer than I thought. I probably should be going now. Seems like the rain has stopped too. Yeah, that's great. You know, if you want me to come over again, you don't have to order anything or to do it. Here's my private number. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. Bye. Alright, so she's gonna run off, and I think I'm going to go and do the same. Nothing going on today. Guess I can do whatever. Okay, so we're meeting with everybody. And I'm going to go and hit the save file. I think this is my official one. I really want to keep it backup just in case. I don't think anything's gone wrong with the recording because I have a fairly simple setup for once and nothing has gone wrong with the recording so far, but just in case. My name is Dragonite. In the next part, we're going to hang out with some people. I completely missed the chance to do some other stuff by ordering food, did I? But then again, I guess I got to talk with Adeen, so it wasn't completely wasted. I will see you all later.